Going on a safari in Africa may seem like a fun and exciting idea, especially for adventure lovers. But when it comes to wild animals, anything can happen. Check out 10 terrifying encounters with elephants below. After watching this video, you won't want to go on a safari or visit India anymore. Elephants are the largest land mammals on the planet and can display varying levels of aggression depending on the situation. They live in Africa and Asia, mainly in nature reserves and national parks. Interactions with these animals usually occur on safaris and even near roads, close to the places where they live. They are normally peaceful, but can become aggressive when they feel threatened or stressed. In April 2024, at Kafue National Park in Zambia, a safari vehicle was conducting a tour, carrying tourists of various ages. There were 6 people on board, ranging from young adults to elderly travelers, all foreign visitors eager to experience the breathtaking landscapes of the savannah. On a Saturday morning, around 9:30 a.m., the group set off in a vehicle accompanied by a guide. However, what was meant to be a peaceful expedition turned into a nightmare. Shortly after the journey began, a male elephant weighing approximately 5 tons attacked the vehicle. It was an unexpected assault that left everyone in shock and terror. Footage captured by one of the tourists shows the exact moment the massive animal charges toward them and launches its attack. The elephant flips the vehicle over multiple times. The video lasts only a few seconds, but a photograph later revealed the overturned vehicle. A helicopter was immediately dispatched to the scene to assist the victims. An 80-year-old American woman was hospitalized, but succumbed to her injuries and passed away. Another woman was critically injured, but remained in stable condition. The remaining 4 passengers sustained minor injuries and received medical treatment. In response to the media, the safari company stated that their guides are well-trained and experienced, but the dense vegetation partially obstructed the route and their field of vision. This made it impossible for the vehicle to escape the elephant's path in time. The company also expressed deep regrets and extended condolences to the family of the deceased. In September 2024, in South Africa, Guide Bongani Yin decided to take his guests to the bird hide in Pilanesberg Reserve. 19 people were aboard Bongani's large safari vehicle. Upon arriving at the reserve's parking area, the tourists disembarked and began exploring the surroundings. Yin saw no issue with this. However, suddenly, a large male elephant appeared and approached the parking lot. Understanding animal behavior and having extensive knowledge about them, Bongani quickly realized that the elephant was in must, a period when males can become highly aggressive. Recognizing the potential for a tragic outcome, Bongani shouted for the tourists in the parking area to take cover and managed to get some of them back into the vehicle. He then accelerated and drove toward the elephant, hoping to intimidate it and drive it away. However, the massive animal stood its ground, refusing to retreat. The standoff lasted for several minutes. The tense moment was captured on video by both those inside the vehicle and others watching from outside. As Bongani advanced menacingly, the elephant remained unfazed. Then it charged again, getting dangerously close to the hiding tourists. At that moment, Bongani began shouting repeatedly. The elephant interpreted this as a challenge and confronted the vehicle head-on. With ease, it lodged its tusks into the car and lifted it. Those outside had a clear view of the unfolding scene. The front tires were raised high off the ground, almost flipping the vehicle over. Then, just as suddenly, the elephant released it. Everyone inside the vehicle jolted in their seats. Apparently losing interest, the elephant finally decided to leave. The high number of elephants in the region makes encounters like this relatively common. Kruger National Park in South Africa is one of the world's most popular safari destinations, attracting thousands of tourists every year. And it's no surprise, Kruger is one of the largest wildlife parks in Africa, home to a vast diversity of animals. Traditional safaris and self-drive safaris, where tourists navigate the park in their own vehicles, are among the available exploration options. Visitors are strongly advised to stay with their group and near their vehicles. However, there are always some individuals who disregard both the rules and recommendations, putting themselves at risk. This dramatic moment, captured in 2021, shows tourists who were about to enter the national park. Upon encountering elephants, some stepped out of their vehicles to observe and began filming. In footage recorded by guide Andre Schwab, the tourists initially appeared to be keeping a safe distance from the animals. However, just seconds into the video, two women can be seen off the road, directly in the path of the massive creatures. One of the elephants suddenly charges at them, causing the women to run and scream in fear. Other tourists, witnessing the scene, also shout in alarm. Apparently, the elephants were on their way to a river, and the women had wandered far beyond the safe viewing distance, leaving themselves dangerously exposed. Drivers honked their horns in an attempt to deter the elephants. Andre Schwab later explained that the group had stopped to watch a herd of elephants crossing the road when the two women wandered off. Straying too far from the group, they ended up in the wrong place, directly in the elephant's path. Fortunately, no one was harmed. A spokesperson for Kruger National Park stated that the women were incredibly lucky that day, as they had barely escaped danger. He also emphasized that tourists must be aware of the risks posed by these powerful animals and remember that the park is full of them. Another incident at Kruger National Park became famous on social media. It happened in 2020 when an open safari vehicle, guided by two men, had a frightening encounter with elephants. As one of the guides drove, the other, seated at the front of the vehicle, held a communication device in his hand. Everything seemed to be under control. In the back seats, tourists with professional cameras and smartphones were capturing the moment. Since elephants were commonly seen in that area, no one was surprised when one appeared up ahead. As the vehicle moved forward, another elephant emerged, and the visitors seemed excited by the encounter. However, the vehicle suddenly stopped, likely due to the movement of the animals. The guides carefully observed their surroundings to ensure they weren't in the path of a herd. Realizing they were, they quickly decided to turn around. At that moment, their demeanor noticeably changed, from calm and composed to visibly concerned. Suddenly, one of the elephants attempted to charge. The experienced guide swiftly raised his arm, trying to deter the animal. Fortunately, the elephant wasn't in an aggressive mood and simply walked away without causing any harm, only adding an extra dose of adrenaline for the tourists in the back seats. In this other case from 2018, the people involved weren't as lucky and experienced a terrifying ordeal. This safari in South Africa was transporting European and Japanese tourists in an open vehicle. Using their phones, they took photos and recorded videos. At first, they spotted an elephant that didn't appear aggressive. However, instead of keeping a safe distance, the guide moved even closer. Perhaps the excitement of the tourists influenced his decision, but being too close, the elephant felt threatened. It backed up briefly before launching an attack. At that moment, one of the passengers filmed the tense and frightening scene. The elephant suddenly charged straight at the vehicle, packed with people. The animal struck the front of the vehicle, specifically the driver's seat, and seemed to target that area repeatedly. The passengers' screams can be heard as fragmented images of the elephant appear right beside the vehicle. The elephant partially pushed its head inside the car, using its trunk to strike and break the driver's side. The guide then quickly jumped out of the vehicle. A gunshot is heard shortly after. The guide appears holding a rifle aimed at the elephant, but the tourists begin pleading with him not to shoot. He ultimately refrains from firing, and the elephant runs away. The final moments of the video reveal the destroyed front of the vehicle. Later, those present reported that the driver had jumped out to save himself. No one was seriously injured, but viewers of the video criticized the guide's actions, arguing that he was entirely in the wrong, both for following the elephant too closely and for attempting to provoke it. Many speculated that he had done it purely to impress the tourists. But it's not just on safaris that these giants cause accidents, chaos, and disasters. In September 2024, a couple thought it would be a good idea to approach an elephant on the road. In India, it is common for elephants to appear near roads, especially in areas close to forests and nature reserves. The country is home to a large population of Asian elephants, and the expansion of highways and settlements often encroaches on their habitats, forcing them to cross roads as they move between forested areas. Naturally, encountering these animals can be quite dangerous, leading to conflicts. Awareness is crucial to preventing any tragedies. In some regions, warning signs, designated crossings, and patrols exist to prevent incidents. However, some tourists always end up ignoring both the rules and common sense. In a video recorded in India, locals and tourists can be seen stopped on the road due to the presence of a large elephant. Two men on a motorcycle appear unfazed by the situation and wait calmly. The tourists, on the other hand, seem fascinated and begin recording the scene. As minutes pass, traffic comes to a complete halt, with everyone waiting for the elephant to move. However, the elephant doesn't seem inclined to leave. Some daring individuals ride past on their motorcycles without concern. A tourist in a black shirt starts filming the animal, while a woman steps out of her car, observing and walking near the elephant without fear. A few minutes later, the elephant appears irritated by their presence. It suddenly moves toward them. The woman quickly steps back, but the animal heads straight for the man. Fortunately, the elephant remains calm and merely touches him with its trunk, a clear warning to keep his distance. The man falls into the bushes but is not seriously hurt. The elephant moves away, and the couple leaves. Traffic resumes, despite the animal still being present. In January 2024, in Mathanga, Kerala, India, an elephant appeared right behind a red car. However, it wasn't focused on the vehicle, but rather on two men standing beside it. A video recorded by onlookers in another car captures the two individuals' panic as they realize the massive animal is approaching. The elephant, however, doesn't seem intent on attacking, but rather on issuing a threat or a warning. They run for a few moments until one of them trips and falls to the ground. The elephant reaches him and attempts to strike him with its hind legs. The man frantically crawls away, while the elephant watches him but does nothing. Instead, it simply walks away. An Asian elephant can reach speeds of up to 27 kilometers per hour when running, which is faster than most people, especially those who are not physically active. In other words, the animal clearly wasn't trying to attack. No one was seriously injured, but the encounter undoubtedly gave everyone their huge scare. The video was posted online and quickly went viral. Many viewers were terrified by the heart-stopping encounter. It also sparked several questions, such as why the men were outside the car or whether they were aware that this was an elephant-prone area. As the residents of Kerala know, elephants are often seen near roads, especially close to forests. Sri Lanka is an island south of India, but despite being separated from the Indian mainland, it still has elephants. Over the years, these animals have lost their natural habitat and increasingly come into conflict with humans, often wandering on roads near forests. They approach cars in both peaceful and aggressive ways. These giants on the roads attract attention, and many fascinated foreigners offer them food. As a result, elephants have begun to associate vehicles with food, frequently harassing cars as if demanding to be fed. Locals share on social media that every vehicle must carry a bunch of bananas or sugarcane to ensure a safe and hassle-free passage. However, feeding these animals has become a common habit among visitors. In the video, we see a woman holding some bananas as she walks toward the elephant. Her only intention is to feed it. She is likely a traveler, being filmed by a companion. A bus and a car pass by without stopping, showing that feeding the animal isn't necessary. Yet, she insists on her goal, taking the risk of getting very close. Her fear is noticeable, but she is clearly excited. She walks away happy, perhaps unaware that her actions only encourage the elephant to return and bring others with it. In this video from Sri Lanka, posted in 2025, we see a bus heading straight toward an elephant. The massive animal steps onto the road, and the driver swerves sharply to the side in a risky maneuver. The elephant doesn't seem intent on attacking and takes a step back. However, in this particular incident, things don't go as peacefully. Two men in a green car encounter the elephant on the road, but panic when it suddenly approaches. The driver loses control of the vehicle and flips it over. The elephant moves toward them, but doesn't appear aggressive, giving the men a chance to escape quickly. Another driver tries to drive the animal away, but the elephant remains on the road. A second car then arrives to scare it off. This time, the elephant moves away from the road, and the men quickly leave the scene. There's a strong possibility that the elephant was simply looking for food. In September 2023, another terrifying incident occurred in Sri Lanka. A white van encountered a massive elephant on the road. In this frightening footage, the animal continuously pushes against the van, which is full of people. For several minutes, the elephant relentlessly shoves the vehicle, causing panic among everyone inside. The standoff lasts for a while, until the passengers begin to flee in fear. Normally, the animal would have retreated quickly, but its persistence this time forced the passengers to stay alert to avoid the worst. Panic ensues as men start to help others escape. The situation becomes so desperate that some women climb out of the windows. They grab their belongings and move away in fear. A group exits the van while another remains inside. When the elephant finally retreats, there's a sense of relief, but it's only when the animal has completely disappeared that the group who fled returns to the van and continues their journey. No one was injured, but the breath-stealing attack left everyone shaken. In the village of Kanjikode, in Palakkad district, Kerala, an elephant surprised a resident by appearing near the houses. In Kerala, it is more common for these animals to roam near roads, and sightings in public places are not frequent, though they occasionally happen. In this footage, the elephant emerges from the road, and upon spotting a man, it quickly charges towards him. Completely terrified, the resident runs as fast as he can with the elephant chasing him. The commotion catches the attention of neighbors, but no one dares to intervene or confront the furious elephant. Fortunately, the animal doesn't linger for long and soon leaves. Aside from the scare, no one seems to have been injured. On another occasion, another elephant also invaded a public space and caused chaos. In a video recorded by locals, the elephant can be seen walking through the area, paying no attention to the presence of humans. It was later reported that the animal had been part of a festival at a temple, a common occurrence in India. The elephant knocks down a small wall of a house, frightening some residents. It had fled from the festival and stormed angrily towards the homes. Men quickly appeared to try to drive it away, but the elephant continued its rampage, undeterred by anyone. Footage of the same animal was captured by various people and cameras as it moved through several areas, attacking everything in its path. In February 2024, in Kerala, an elephant once again invaded a village, but this time it left a fatal victim. Security camera footage captures the moments before the attack. A woman and two children, inside a residence, notice unusual movement in the street and try to see what's happening. After a few seconds, the woman steps outside, leaving the children behind. In the following moments, the children can be seen running, and two men jump over the gate. Then the elephant appears and destroys the door. One of the men, lying on the ground, tries to crawl away, but the animal charges directly at him. The cameras do not capture what happens next, but two of the men appear desperate, indicating that the animal likely attacked the other man. The incident gained so much attention that a news team visited the site to report on the damage caused. The man who was attacked eventually died from the injuries. Although elephants do not view humans as prey, their massive body size, combined with protective instincts and unpredictable temperament, can lead to fatal accidents. In moments of stress, fear, or irritation, an elephant may attack.